I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We welcome Chef Ryuga. Hi.
Hello there.
Hey, thank you so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm Chef Ryuga. I'm a Dragon Mage VTuber, former professional chef in real life, turned VTuber and video editor. So yeah, thank you again for having me.
Well, one of the things about that is you don't have any excuse to not fix yourself decent snacks while doing the VTuber thing.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, no, absolutely.
No microwave cheese dip for you. You have to do the right thing.
Yeah, no, legitimately, I meal prep for at least 5 days, so I've got enough stuff in the fridge set for a week, ready to go.
Yeah, my idea of meal prepping for 5 days is buying 5 cans of pre-made pasta stuff. That's.
I mean, hey, that works too. That works too, honestly.
That's from my 45 years of bachelor days. I'm good for the week. So why did you decide to be a content creator first and a VTuber second?
Well, I started off back in 2017 actually as a face cam streamer. Mm-hmm. My buddy, Bear Pigman, he invited me to join in on a streaming group that he had founded, and I am still a part of to this day, the New York Snark Exchange, which I still love that name. It's fantastic.
It is. It really is. And so did you start off as a face cam streamer with that, or were you already streaming?
Oh no, that was my first ever sort of streaming gig, like ever. So like they taught me how to set up OBS, they taught me what capture card to buy, they told me how to like connect to this channel, like everything. They taught me everything. I legitimately would probably not be here right now if he had not invited me on that day.
So what did you mostly have collaboration type things with that group, or was it all individual type stuff?
So when we started out, we streamed probably once or twice a week as a group. There's 5 of us in total, but it would be rare to get all 5 people on at the same time, mostly because of like work schedules and stuff. Yeah. But we would normally do like multiplayer things, like we would host fighting game lobbies. We would open up for community nights with like Overwatch, Jackbox, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't just you guys, but it was bringing everybody else in too with you.
Yeah. We had we still have. What am I talking about? A pretty loyal, like fiercely loyal group of friends and community that we built up through streaming, and it was really nice. It was really nice, and when we started branching out to do solo streams on that channel on individual days. I think it was around 2018, 2019 when we started picking up steam.
Oh, it's hard to imagine that was 8 years ago.
God, yeah. What? My God, where the time? Where has the time gone?
I mean, you're talking about stuff in 2017. This is like ancient times in streamers' years.
In streamer years, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're a grizzled vet when it comes to this stuff at this point.
Right? Yeah. It kind of blows my mind that when people talk about like the peak of VTubing, which was like 2020 to 2022, and like here I am having already been streaming before then. It's kind of weird.
Before and after that,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, I mean, if you look at, I don't agree with that peak stuff. I mean, it's too early for that yet. I think.
Oh yeah, no. That's kind of why I like VTubing. Is kind of why I jumped into it around 2020 and 2021 is because it seemed so unique, and it allowed me for a level of creativity and freedom that I didn't quite have as a face cam streamer.
No, it allows people, and people say this all the time, that it lets them be more themselves than they would be in real life. Because you can,
absolutely.
You can kind of, let the freak flag fly a little bit that you wouldn't be able to do in public. that sort of thing.
Oh, but believe me, I know that 100%. Yep.
Yes, yes, it does give you the avatar gives you a little bit of a buffer. I say shield every once in a while, but I mean kind of buffer from that sort of thing.
No, I agree. It helps me out in a very very sort of personal way, actually,
Yeah.
because for years I had struggled with sort of a fear of like public speaking.
Really?
I distinctly remember one day back in my college days, I had to stand up in front of the class with a presentation. It was a group presentation. I only had to speak about one part of it, but like I was shaking, like physically shaking in my desk when it was getting time for our group to stand up in front of class and present to everybody. And I just remember my friend leaning over to me like, dude, calm down. You're going to be all right.
You will survive this, okay? One way or the
Now,
other.
yeah. And like fast forward to now, it's just like, okay, yeah, this is like second nature to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is. I did the radio for a long time, and I still didn't like getting up in front of people and talking. And I knew that there's,
Oh,
and I'm gonna do sometimes pre and post games around major college basketball and football games in their hometown, and I knew there were maybe 4 digits of people listening at any particular point.
oh
But
yeah.
I don't want to be in a room with 10 people watching me talk and paying only
I
attention to
understand that.
me.
Yeah.
That's different. Um, but
hmm
what being a how did that being a chef? Didn't you have to be kind of outspoken and kind of in charge of things?
I did. Yeah. It is a very different sort of vibe
Mm,
though.
yeah.
In a professional level kitchen. Especially in New York City where I used to work.
Yeah.
You kind of had to be loud, like bordering on abrasive, just to get someone's attention.
Yeah.
So like if you're calling out orders, if you're calling out to see what dish is next in what order, you kind of need to yell to get someone's attention. And like that's not something I can bring to streaming because I'd be, quite frankly, I think I'd be alienating a lot of chat if I did that.
Yeah, and you'd be breaking your microphone too.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
Believe it or not, microphones aren't used to that sort of stress. You can,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
they're not.
yeah. We had found that in radio a long time. We had a fellow who, for the years and years, would set the same microphone in the studio, but he would be eating the microphone all the time.
Oh
Or,
no.
and we, on a whim, we changed the microphones out, switched them, and the sound was so different. It
Oh
was,
yeah.
and because he had just absolutely battered that microphone um, over and over with his ridiculous sound level that he had just destroyed the response for it. Um,
Oh, that's crazy. Holy.
yeah, 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 and he's still around today, 90 some years old. He still goes.
Oh
Yeah.
my
And
goodness.
when I'm with him, I'm going to be, if I'm that age, I'm going to be sleeping a lot. I'm going to be breaking any microphones, that's for sure. Um, but that's just little side things that goes along with. But you had to be,
Mhm.
you had to have not just a voice people could hear, but had to be distinctive above everybody else. And so if you're in charge, you have to have that authority too as you're speaking out.
Yeah. You had to be. You really did have to be sort of concise and direct and um. Oh, I'm trying to remember a phrase one of my coworkers used to use, but I can't remember it offhand at the moment. But you basically had to be louder than you were probably comfortable with at
Yeah.
the time.
Oh yes. It's not just speaking to someone a little far away in a crowded party. This was
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
you have to get almost to drill sergeant level to get to,
Yep. Yep. Especially if you were the head chef.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
was
goodness.
never head chef, just for the record. I was
Yeah.
never that like level, but I did have to run the station I was in charge of for quite some time.
Yeah. And that meant running it so you didn't get blasted by the next person.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to run a tight ship or else it would be me getting yelled at.
Yeah. And that's definitely what you don't want to do. It was food preparation, cooking something you wanted to do since you were a kid?
Truthfully, no. It was something I discovered that I
Mm,
enjoyed along the way.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Was
for the longest time, my goal in life was actually and unironically to be an astronaut.
well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Uh,
because I loved like outer space. I loved just the idea of going up there and seeing what is beyond Earth.
yeah.
And I just when I was devastated when I found out that I not only could I not be an astronaut and not I could not be a pilot either because of my eye problems. And I was just
Oh,
like, ah.
oh no.
I,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would kind of preclude you from doing that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm very nearsighted. Like I can't see anything without my glasses, so like that kind of shut that down.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
No, if
but I
you,
still retained a love of like sciences and
yeah.
science fiction. I predominantly read a lot of science fiction books
Oh
on my
yeah,
days off,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I ended up just following that into college. And then along the way, I picked up a love of cooking just naturally and also from my mother
Mm,
because she did a lot of home cooked meals. And as she got older, she asked me to help out in the kitchen more and more, which is how I started picking up dishes from her. And it just sort of spiraled out from there.
was it just a wide range of dishes? Was it a particular ethnic background of dish, or what?
So I am Filipino American,
Hmm.
and I predominantly grew up with with Filipino cuisine for the majority of my life.
Hmm.
And as soon as I started to cook, like there's because it's a lot of bold flavors in
Yeah,
Filipino cuisine. It's a
yeah.
lot of umami, it's a lot of soy sauce, it's a lot of vinegar, it's a lot of salt and pepper and garlic, plenty of garlic.
Yes.
So it's just it's those are the flavors I grew up with and I learned to love throughout my life, and I still cook plenty of Filipino dishes to this day.
Yeah, and that's something the you don't see a lot of in our area. I live out in the Midwest. We don't see a lot of the Filipino style cooking. And we see because I'm near to college town. You see folks from China, Japan, and Pacific Rim countries, that sort of thing. But we don't
Mhm.
see a lot of Filipino cooking. In New York, were there restaurants that were designed specifically for that?
There was a lot of just Asian restaurants in general because you
Mm,
know how in New York City Chinatown's big. Little Korea is another
yeah,
area that's really big in New York City.
yeah.
When I was growing up, I don't think I saw many specifically Filipino restaurants
Mm,
in that area,
mm,
but as time has gone on, the Filipino presence in New York City, I think, has grown. There's a lot more Filipino restaurants in there nowadays,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm always fascinated by the the country anyway because it's like having 45 countries in one country.
That is, yeah, that is generally it.
Yeah, in people think like, well, they have this language, yes, and they also have 45 other different languages. And then just because you're on one
I
island
always
doesn't mean you can understand what's going on the other islands.
Oh
Um,
God, no, it's absolutely true. It is
yeah.
absolutely true. The funniest example of that is whenever the last time I visited family in the Philippines, my dad had to translate for my uncle because he couldn't understand what my other uncle was saying because they're from two different um they speak in two different dialects.
Yes, yes, and the cultures that were kind of thrown upon the Filipino people. I mean,
Oh gosh, yeah.
you go from English to Spanish to
Uh-huh.
and people are like, what do you mean Spanish? Well, a lot of names are Spanish variety that come out
Oh,
of there, and
yep.
yeah,
Yep.
like Espinosa. I know
Yeah.
there's some Espinosas
Oh,
out there, and um,
yeah.
I
The culinarily wise too is just there's so much like Spanish influence in Filipino cuisine.
mm, that's where
So
you
like
get
when I start,
the garlic and
what's up?
spices from, maybe.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
cool.
Stuff like garlic, yeah, ginger. Ginger I feel like was more native to the Philippines because that shows up in more Filipino recipes than I can count.
This that every household that cooks has some ginger in it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. In
So,
that same vein, like if you ask like different Filipino households how to cook chicken adobo, you'll get like 10 different answers, 100 different answers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's well, and that's one of the great things about the culture like that is they're not none of them are wrong answers. they're
No,
all
not at all.
they're all right
Yeah.
answers, and how you and everybody gets to kind of interpret it the way they
Yeah.
want.
Hmm.
So given that background and given your love of your just your discovery of your love for cooking, you did you take the classes for it, and how did that fit how you were? Did you kind of have to get torn down before you got built back up again?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So how my professional journey began, I guess is how I'll say, is in between my sophomore and junior years of college,
Hmm.
um, I decided to take a hiatus instead of coming back for junior year.
Hmm.
And that hiatus actually turned into me withdrawing from my college at the time because I'm sure a lot of people will understand this. At that point in your life, I just legitimately had no idea what direction I wanted to take.
Hmm.
I didn't know what I wanted to do next. I didn't know what I wanted to do as a full on career with certain avenues closing to me at the
Right.
time.
Yeah.
And so I took about close to a year off. I was working odd jobs just just to get some pocket change.
Mhm.
And then after doing some research, my friend actually pointed me in the direction of the Culinary Institute of America,
Mm.
which is probably, if you're not familiar with it, is probably one of the best, if not the best, culinary school in the United States.
Oh.
And they pointed me in that direction, and I was just like, I think I know what I want to do. I think I know exactly what I want to do at this point.
So when you walked in to that place, for the first time and saw what they were doing, did your eyes get as big as saucers, or were you
Oh,
wanting to get in
yeah.
there and start throwing something together yourself?
I was inspired.
Mm.
We did a campus tour. Um, we did a campus tour, and we actually stayed in town in the town the college was in for that weekend. It was me and my parents,
Mm.
and I was just enthralled because the way they have it set up at the Culinary Institute of America is you can look into what they call their kitchen classrooms
Mm.
because their classrooms are literally kitchens for the students to practice their skills in.
Right.
And there are windows surrounding the classroom that point into the hallway. And that's for tours like ours to look in and see what they're doing.
Mm.
And just I stood there for a good like 5 minutes, and I was just enthralled the entire time, just watching everybody, the speed at which they were going.
Yeah. They knew what they were doing, for crying out loud.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. Every single chef instructor at the Culinary Institute of America has either run a restaurant themselves or has just been in the food industry for so long. Like they know exactly what they're imparting onto the students.
Wow. So when you got into it, what was the aspect of that type of cooking? Cooking for I'll say restaurant cooking as a
Mhm.
chef. What was the most difficult thing for you to adjust to?
Timing.
Mm.
Timing, I think, was the one thing I had to really like buckle down and understand, because if you're cooking for yourself at home,
Yeah.
you can just turn the burner off. You can just wait until like everyone's ready to sit at the table.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can take certain shortcuts when you're at home.
Right.
When you're in the thick of it at a restaurant and someone has placed their order, you can't pause for like 10 minutes or so just to wait for something else. You got to get that steak or you got to get that soup or whatever
Yeah,
out to them quickly, but not just quickly, but to the standard that they expect.
yeah, yeah. It
So
just
it's a very, yeah.
it's not like reheating stuff at home. And
Yep.
oh,
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
I'll start the soup now and finish it later. No, they
No,
want
they ordered that soup 5 minutes ago, and it needs to be on their table now. So, like,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Was there a particular dish that was your bugaboo? That was like,
Oh, the what, like something that gave me the most trouble?
yeah, something that when you saw it, you're like, oh no.
Uh, it wasn't it wasn't one dish in particular, but the restaurant I worked at, if you worked there on Sundays, it was basically a death trap
Oh,
because Sunday afternoon they had tea service.
oh no.
And if somebody ordered a tea service, that was like 12 micro dishes that you had to get onto a platter and out to them in under like 20 minutes or so. So it was just a massive, not only did it take a lot of time and a lot of coordination, you had to do that on top of regular lunch service
And the presentation too.
and the presentation as well. So every single time, because I dreaded working Sundays, every single time a ticket would ring up for a tea service on one table, me and my coworkers would all just look at each other like, oh, not again.
Yeah, and by golly, if they're regulars, they're gonna know when something's not quite right.
Exactly. Exactly. If something is missing, you know they're going to complain to high heaven,
Yes,
and that is going to come right back around to us.
yes, yes. It you didn't use enough oregano.
Oh my gosh. All right, I have one story involving that. There was one day because I forget the reason why, but we had a smoked salmon dish on that tea service plate.
Uh-huh.
And for whatever reason, the delivery either just didn't get there that day or didn't get there in time that day. We could not make that smoked salmon sandwich for tea service at all that day. And we had like a notice out and everything.
Oh,
One of our regulars comes in for tea service. They expected it. We had to tell them no.
ooh.
And what resulted was just them getting real pissy about it for like 10 minutes straight. And it's just like we can't like magically make it appear. Like there's no physical way it's gonna get here in time. I'm sorry.
And as much as you want to just take something and pretend it's not going to be right.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh my gosh. That oh and
The
that was
perils, the perils of restaurant
yeah.
life, let me tell
I
you.
mean people talk about the customer service jobs, but oh my gosh. I mean, when you're back there and it's like a war zone and you've got so many people
Hmm.
and then you've got the one very particular person who wants in a certain dish. I want this well done, this barely done, this like this,
Exactly.
and only this
I
type of
clocked in for
onion.
most
Yeah,
of my shifts
yeah,
at like around 11 o'clock in the morning. Like, I would get there like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, depending on when they needed me.
yeah,
I I would not get home, commute included. I would not get home until like close to 1 o'clock in the morning most days.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is a physically demanding job.
It is, and mentally demanding job.
Yeah, that too. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would last 30 seconds. I just like you don't like it. I'm okay. Bye.
I I'll tell you right now, I'm amazed I lasted as long as I did.
Well, was it that type of stress that caused you to get out of there?
It was the stress, it was the fatigue,
Mm.
and unfortunately, it was a very, very unfortunate incident of someone being either intentionally or unintentionally racist.
Oh, well,
It was, yeah, no,
either
it
way,
was bad.
either way
Yeah.
is bad enough. But it just I'm amazed. You know, my hat's off to you for all that because that's some.
Yeah, no, it was.
I
I'm not
wouldn't
going to go into
volunteer
the
for that.
details, but
Yeah.
it was somebody higher up somebody higher up in the hierarchy than me,
Mm,
and me and a lot of my coworkers who, by the way, were either also Filipino um or from Mexico
mhm.
even. We heard that and we all were just like, "Yo, that's not cool, man. What the fuck?"
Like,
That's not that's not cool. Like,
yeah,
like we took it up with some other people higher up in the food chain than us, and we told them like, listen, if this happens again, we're gone.
yeah,
You know, like
yeah,
if something isn't done about this person, we're gone.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah,
I basically put in my 2 weeks shortly after that incident happened.
yeah. That's too bad. I mean, that's too bad. But you know, the skill that you had to come up with for that, did you still have once you got that job and you were in on it and at the grind every day doing it, did you still have that same love for it as you were doing it? Or was it or did it go from a passion to a job?
I kept that passion up probably for as long as possible,
Mm,
as long as I could.
yeah.
Because in the back of my mind, and even still to this day, I still love cooking.
Yeah.
Like for myself, for my family, for my friends. Like I'll do it. Like every year when I visit my parents for Thanksgiving or Christmas or like a family birthday, I'll offer to make something. I'll either offer to make it and then bring it up to them, or like tell like what I did for Thanksgiving this year. I told my mom like get me XYZ ingredients and I'll make the side dish for Thanksgiving this year. And like stuff like that, I still love doing.
Yeah.
But about a month before I quit, it's the real fatigue started
Yeah.
to creep in. It started feeling less like, oh, this is my dream job and I love this, and more like I really started dreading waking up for work most mornings.
Yeah. That's sad when that happens. And it happens in a lot of industries and people doing it for a long time. It happened to me in radio for a
Mm.
while, but I had to find something else to, keep going because frankly, that's about all I was good for. Still talking, I didn't have a whole lot of other skills to get by. That and
Yeah,
then
no,
again,
I understand that.
getting out of paying bills on time. That was something that I was pretty good at. Still am. But the it's when anything becomes a job and you start losing the um the connection to wanting to do your best at it,
Yeah.
for your own pride, not just the company or the whatever. That's
Mhm.
that's always tough to take, and then you have to go back and really examine what you're doing things for. At point.
That's kind of what happened to me,
Yeah,
honestly. I when I left that job for the final time and just probably the month following that, I sat down and had to really reevaluate what I wanted to do next,
yeah,
what I wanted to fall back on.
yeah,
Um, and I still haven't gotten back into the food industry proper
yeah,
nowadays, but at the same time, it's allowed me to find new things that I'm good at and new things that I enjoy doing.
yeah.
So,
Well, yeah. I mean, you're obviously you got some pretty good brains in your head and some talent to go with it, and you're going to be able to find something to do and keep
mhm.
going. I mean, it's you don't you're already an artist. I mean, yeah, that type of food preparation is an art, and anybody who doesn't say so is wrong.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I tell people that all the time. I'm like, if you don't think cooking is an art form, you are sorely mistaken.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And even folks who have 10 thumbs trying to cook things, and if we have a certain thing that we like to make, uh we have to make it a certain way, and that's and we'll know if it's wrong, whether it's you know the chicken nuggets you put in the air fryer and you did it wrong. Everybody's got a
Well,
little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, no, everybody starts somewhere,
yeah.
Everybody starts somewhere.
Everybody's got a little pride in what they do, but you going through all of that, and now you're and now you're on the internet talking to people around the world about it.
Yeah,
Uh,
there are still days where I look at myself, I'm like, wow, how did I get here?
well, I see that you've had some kind of watch along things um, with
Yeah,
with
yeah.
so when you set do you set those up well in advance, or is it something that people suggest from your chat?
It's a little bit of both,
Mm,
honestly. Back when I first started, I think one of the well, like shortly after I debuted as a VTuber, actually, one of the first streams I had was a watch along of a Nintendo Direct. And I planned that. I put that on my schedule literally because I had saw the announcement of it like the night before,
yeah.
and I was just like, "Who's gonna be around for like an impromptu stream?" I'm like, "I'm gonna stream this. Y'all can show up if you want to," and like people came out for it. People really enjoyed that,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm glad they did.
yeah, and I see you doing it with the the cooking segments too.
Oh,
Um,
with B. Dylan Hollis,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
Those are fun. Those
so
are fun.
I mean,
I grown a lot of like a lot of people have found me through my B. Dylan Hollis reactions. Like those are still some of my most viewed videos on YouTube, which blows my mind.
well, I mean, people like that sort of thing. They like when somebody who knows what they're talking about and has their own opinion and been through it a little bit, and is educated about it. Um, Voices their opinion about things,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you have the experience. You have the bona fides. Is that what it is? Close enough. Close.
But the bona fide sort of
Yeah,
experience, yeah.
yeah. That's what.
I learned that very quickly.
Yeah,
Honestly, I learned that very quickly. People appreciate your input if you have a certain level experience with that topic, and I'm just like, you know what? I'll keep on doing this. Why not? People keep turning up for this, and
yeah,
it's not just me reacting to B. Dylan Hollis either. Like
yeah.
I've branched out. Shout out to Greg from the YouTube channel How to Drink. He does mixology videos,
Oh
and those
yeah.
are really fun.
It,
Those are really fun to watch and react to. Max Miller from Tasting History YouTube channel. He
yeah,
does some fun stuff.
yeah.
So
I watch people do this mixology stuff, and I never was a drinker, and now because of some replumbing I had some time ago, can't do it at all now. So,
mm,
but I do find it fascinating. Um, Everything that goes in together in mixology. Uh,
yeah,
I mean, sometimes it comes down to, frankly, chemistry. Yeah,
it is. It really is. Yeah.
yeah. This takes the edge off of that, which causes this and this and that. And I imagine some recipes have that too. I mean, with the try to take some edge off and
Oh yeah.
yeah, take the bite off, but keep the flavor.
Oh yeah. No, it's fantastic. Honestly, like the when I first learned how the traditional method of making bagels, it kind of blew my mind because you actually have to dunk them in a lye solution
Yep.
before you bake them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
People just can't just take a piece of bread and make it a bagel.
No, no, that's I was just like, why do we do this? And it's just as I learned, like the lye dunking the dough in the lye solution before you bake it is what gives bagels that signature texture. I'm just like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's just some times when a bagel is perfect, and it's because of that. It's almost like a soft pretzel in a way, but not quite. It's more dense. And that
Yeah.
yeah, and that density makes it perfect for putting a piece of cheese in it and throwing it in the air fryer, or however you if you do it correctly, I guess you could do it that way too.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But no, it was very fun, like finding my footing back in the early days.
yeah,
I kind of had a head start, quote unquote,
yeah,
because when I started my solo channel, a lot of regulars from the New York Snark Exchange channel were the first people who tuned into the solo channel, which I was really, really happy for. And
Yeah.
like I started, or not just me rather, but all members of the New York Snark Exchange, we started doing our solo streaming adventures like at the height of COVID lockdown.
Mm.
So like we were all stuck at home and we're all just like wondering what to do, and just in our group chat one day it was just like, well, what if we just started branching out and started streaming solo?
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be the end of the group, but it's just us branching out and doing our own thing and then coming back to do group streams later on. And it's something not all of us but a bunch of us still do to this day. It's really worked out.
Yeah, and if done right, it's a good advertisement for everybody, all the way
Oh,
around.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It honestly has been. Like the community I've grown now on the solo channel follows me back every Wednesday, which is my my streaming night on the Snark channel.
So when you're on that channel, what are you doing?
Which one, my solo or the New York Snark
The
Exchange?
Snark Exchange.
I usually like doing either indie games because it's something everybody likes, and there's some genuinely really fun indie games
Oh yeah.
out there. Ball Pit is one that has just completely taken over my free time.
Ball Pit. Now tell me about that one.
Ball Pit is okay.
It's not like the
Ball
McDonald's
Pit-
Ball Pit, is it?
So you know the old school game Breakout?
Oh,
when
yeah,
you like
well,
you control a paddle and it bounces the ball back and forth and it breaks the blocks.
I put quarters in the machine to play Breakout back in the day.
So take that and then use the Breakout mechanics as a way to progress a roguelite story progression.
Oh. Okay.
That is Ball Pit, and it is so clever.
Oh. It also sounds like something that could keep you going for hours.
Genuinely, you can, because there's multiple levels in the game. There's like a ton of different characters with their own abilities that change the game up.
Yeah.
They even just announced, and I think it's live now, they just announced an expansion to the game that adds 2 more characters and a bunch new levels.
I can hear it from your voice when you talk about it. Your voice just goes up a little bit higher, and we get. I just love this game. I'm going to play it all the time.
Genuinely, it's one of those games where it's like as soon as you start playing, it does not let go. It's super super fun.
Yeah. I've got a game like that on my phone. It's Luck Be a Landlord, and it is.
Oh gosh,
it is. I will, if I'm out in public and somebody pauses in a conversation, I'll whip that out and play a couple quick spins.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm keeping it going. Don't worry, I understand what you're saying. And but there's just some of those games that do, and it seems to be really the independent games that do that because.
Oh yeah.
There's just first of all, they're not going to the corporation and making sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
They put a little heart into it and in their own creativity.
There are so many little clever ideas like that. I love the indie game scene these days.
Yeah,
but yeah, indie games and multiplayer games are usually what I end up streaming on the New York Snark Exchange channel.
Yeah.
One multiplayer game that my friends and I always return to actually is Deep Rock Galactic.
Okay, now there's another one I haven't heard of. What is this one about?
So Deep Rock Galactic is
I have heard that
3.
One. Yeah, I have heard
What's
that
up?
One. I have heard that.
Oh, you
one.
have?
Yeah, Deep
Okay.
Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got it mixed up with something else in my head, which is very easy to do when you're this age.
No, you're fine.
Just you wait, everybody. You'll be here sooner or later.
I understand. I understand.
But
no, Deep Rock Galactic is a game my friends and I return to all the time. It's so fun.
It's great to be able to have that sort of camaraderie during the games, and you just cut up and just let everything loose, and not only are you enjoying yourself, but the audience will enjoy you enjoying yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's always funny. Just I could be sitting there playing with my friends, cracking jokes with them. And I'll look over at my other monitor that has stream chat on it, and just chat is cracking up. I love it.
Oh yeah, the 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 great part about it is that your enjoyment of these things, and I imagine with your watch alongs with the cooking as well. Your enjoyment of that is immediately reflected back to the chat and the people who are watching along with you.
Oh,
Um,
100%. Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
I mean you've got that type of voice that does not hide it, which is perfect. It's great. It's
Yeah,
great for this, and
thank
it's
you. I appreciate that.
and so much of streaming, especially with an avatar, is still voice and personality
Yes.
in that voice.
Oh,
Um,
100%. Yeah.
and there are some people with wonderful avatars who sound like they're cardboards, and just
Oh my God.
and I'm like, oh well, um,
Yeah, no, I've experienced that also.
yeah,
It actually it goes back to something my buddy, again, I need to shout out my buddy Bear Pigman, my buddy Tom. Um when he was telling me, explaining to me just what streaming entails and stuff like that, he told me probably the best piece of advice that I will also share with new streamers or new VTubers who are coming in and wanting to do their own thing.
yeah,
People watching you are can tell almost immediately within like a matter of moments if you're faking something,
mhm.
if you're faking a reaction, if you're faking how you're feeling in that moment. Just be yourself and chat the people, they'll follow along. They
Yeah,
can they can tell within moments if you're not into something.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there are some people who go on and can do a character type of situation and keep that up and going, but even then, if you're doing that character, they'll still know
Yep.
that something isn't quite the same as you. Heck, you found that out as a chef.
Oh,
I mean, we
absolutely.
we
Yeah.
talked about it earlier. I mean,
Hmm.
if you didn't put one little extra, bit of oregano in something, the regular's going to know. Um,
Yep. Yep.
and
Absolutely.
if you didn't give me the right amount of noodles, I'm 3 noodles short. That type of deal. They'll come out and they'll know the but the authenticity has to be there, one way or the other. And
Hmm.
you just got that voice that is absolutely natural for it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank
Yeah,
you very much.
yeah, it really does lend itself to it. So, have you thought about doing more things with your voice?
Genuinely, I have.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I have, and that's one of my. It's one of my two sort of goals I've set for myself
Mhm.
this year and into the future. I have actually started doing ASMR videos on
Oh,
my
cool.
YouTube channel.
Excellent.
Yep,
Yeah.
and I'm also trying to. I'm in the process rather of putting together a voice demo reel because I would love to try and do voice acting for animations, video games, whatever.
Yeah.
Because people have told me that I have a very nice voice to listen to, and I was just like, at the beginning, I thought they were kind of fucking with me. I'm not gonna lie, because for years I thought my voice just did not sound good.
Yeah.
But the more I started streaming, the more people just said like, I really like listening to you talk. You've got a really easy voice to listen to. I'm just like, really? Thank you.
Yeah. It might be because of how you've had to use your voice in your job in the past, but it doesn't sound like you have to give out any effort to project your voice. It's very natural sounding, and
Thank you. I
that
appreciate
is
that.
that's something that's very tough to teach. Maybe you can hammer it into yourself after a long time, but there's some folks who are very naturally, don't talk high up talk way down in their chest rather than up in their vocal cords, and it does make a little bit of a difference. Um, but with
Hmm.
this and given the background, the personality, and everything that you got going, are you pretty happy where you are now as far as VTubing goes?
As far as VTubing and streaming goes, I love where I am right now. I
Yeah,
love the community I've built up. I love the friends I've made. I love the growth I've seen as a part of that, not just for my channel, but like people, like I said before, people who follow me back to the New York Star Exchange channel on Wednesdays. Like they show up. It's a pretty obvious tick than when the amount of people that show up on stream. It's really fun to see. And I this is a bit of a personal spin on it, but I unironically probably would not have figured out I was non-binary without the people I've met through VTubing.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
genuinely.
Well, I mean, if you don't know, I mean, it's like a situation where it's not like it changed you, but you realized that there was a word for it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's genuinely it. I was just it was more or less of just me figuring out like what is this? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Oh
Because
well,
so many of my VTuber friends are LGBT, and like
yeah,
I've met so many non-binary like transgender genderqueer people in
yeah.
the VTubing space, and
Oh,
it is such a safe and wonderful space for all of those people, and they just sort of help me figure out like, you're probably non-binary, right? I'm like, that's the word for it.
wait a minute. Let me check the Wikipedia page for that real quick.
Yeah, I was like, wait, that's the word for it. Okay.
Oh, why didn't somebody tell me that before?
Yeah, right. God, that would have been really nice to know a few years ago. Holy.
But it saved a lot of trouble, I'll tell you that.
Unironically, though. Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
yes. Well, it's and the fact that people are able to present themselves how they want to be presented on
Oh
this
yeah, it's great.
is big. And folks, I know there's plenty of people who are trying to throw mud in people's Cheerios, but they're
Mhm.
idiots, and I don't have anything to them. Um, if there are people who are going to show up just to be jackwads, and you just have to deal
Yep.
with them. And um, usually they have something hidden that they don't want people to know about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
But now that you is it a confidence? Is it more confidence now that you know exactly? Well, you have a word for it. You're more confident now because of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the confidence, the self confidence has gone up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Um, not just not just in a VTubing sense, but like it's something I carry with me like throughout the day, like at my day job, or like when I'm visiting my family.
Yeah.
It's something that shows up in like my everyday life,
Yeah.
just
Now,
carrying that level of confidence with me.
that's cool. That's great. I mean,
Hmm.
it's so here. Not only are you kind of finding a more about yourself, but you're finding more of your own definitions for yourself as well as you go, um,
Hmm.
which is adding so much more to what you're getting out of the experience.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't have this experience of VTubing, you would have missed out on a lot of things.
Honestly, I kind of feel like I would have. I would have not met so many people who are really important in my life right now. I don't think I would have. Um, I don't think I would have experienced as many games that have quickly become like my favorite games, and
Mm,
there are life paths that I don't think I ever would have even thought of without doing VTubing as often as I am.
mm. And you wouldn't have had a chance to come in here and talk with this old man for almost 50 minutes.
Yeah, which has been a joy, by the way.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
for me, absolutely too. I'm glad that we've been able to meet through this. Yeah, you're something else, and folks need to keep an eye on what you got going on. We're gonna
I
have
appreciate that. Thank
we're gonna
you.
have the links in the description for this video. Chef Ryuga, absolute pleasure talking with you. Um,
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me again. I really appreciate it.
and we'll have to keep up and keep watch to see what you're up to, and maybe you can host the big dinner that comes up later that we'll have for all the guests. Can you cook for 780?
I mean, I was part of a team that cooked for close to 600 people once, so give me enough time. I think I can pull something off.
It's all going to be canned lasagna. So there you go.
Yeah, you know what? That's a smooth operation there.
Thank you so much for coming on. Just an absolute pleasure talking with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.